One more injury, guys. More injuries. Dyontae Johnson, who's been the training camp star, like literally like the guy that everybody keeps talking about, and then follows it up with an amazing performance there. In the preseason game against the Lions here for week 1, had a sack, had 2 forced fumbles, kind of was all over the place there. And he's got a sprained ankle now. So, that's one of those things, depending on what kind of sprain it is, because like in most injuries, there's different levels. He's going to be out for a little bit, and we'll get to a little bit, but the Giants signed a linebacker today. So that tells you that they probably think he's going to be out for a little bit. Nobody's given that word. So it's just me trying to connect dots like I like to do, because typically dots are there for a reason. And you can connect them pretty easily.
But he's terrible at Connect 4, guys. Don't let him fool you.
Go for it. Connect 4. I used to love that game. But yeah, so he suffered the sprained ankle, though, during the game against the Lions, too, which is the interesting part. When it was going after Hendon Hooker, he sprained it. So, he's, like I said, he looked good in camp, looked good in the game. And he was a guy that you thought now that at the beginning of the camp, you might have said, yeah, this guy probably won't make the roster. But now you wonder. And we talked about a minute ago, like you hope to not lose your spot because of injury. This is that kind of position, really, because this is a guy who's worked his tail off as an undrafted rookie free agent. Not that everybody else hasn't as well, but you see him put the work in, because you see the results this training camp. Sits on the practice squad all last year, gets everything going, looks good, and then gets hurt. And this is the worst time of year to get hurt, guys.
100%.
This is when they're forming their opinions of y'all. So I still think he can make the roster, though, guys. I really do. I think if you look at the way the training camp and the OTAs was going, they were actually putting him in with the first team often. It was almost like they were putting him back and forth with Mike and McFadden at that point. They're kind of moving him in and out, which makes sense because McFadden's great in run stopping, but he's not the best in passing downs. So same as we did with Isaiah Simmons last year, put him in passing downs. Maybe that's the plan they ended up doing with Johnson, is putting him in the passing downs. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. But the big thing right now is he's got to get healthy. And that'll probably take a few weeks. He might even miss the beginning of the season, depending on how bad of a sprained ankle it is. I mean, they didn't say day to day like they did with Blake Neighbors.
Yeah, because once you start talking about high ankle sprain, you can go up to 6 weeks?
Yeah, it can be. So, we'll see what happens. I just hope he gets healthy, gets going, because this is a guy that looks like he had a potential future in the NFL based on when he's playing, so far here. So, I love an underdog. You know that. I love an underdog. Like, I love a guy that you don't expect to make anything of himself, and he just is scrappy and gets it done. And that's what Johnson's done. So, hopefully he comes back here healthy, comes back strong and ready to go here pretty soon. But time will tell.
I like dogs.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.